named the shack back here, beautiful shack with all the great icon gear and the Heil sound gear, in honor of someone who has helped us out tremendously since the inception of YOTA in the Americas, and that's Bob Heil, K9EID. Bob ended this battle to cancer recently, and we wanted to do something to remember Bob's contribution to YOTA. And from the very beginning, he was like, you know, whatever you need, let me know. And I said, well, you know, we're going to have a shack full of people. We need some headsets. And, you know, before I knew it, they were sitting on my doorstep. And he just sent them and said, here you go. That's, you know, that's what we've got, and you're good to go. And so we used those, and we found that having a bunch of people in the shack, it gets pretty noisy. And so I went to him the next year and I said, Bob, I really appreciate all the stuff you gave us, but we need to come up with something to take care of the noise. We've just got too much noise in the shack. What do you suggest? He said, well, you need some noise canceling. And I said, well, yeah, Bob, I know that. What would you suggest, like Pro Set or Pro 7s or 6s, or, you know, is there something we should be looking at? And he said, well, yeah, Pro 7s would be the best. And I said, well, is there any way we can get those? And he looked at me and said, Neil, have I ever told you no before? I said, no, Bob, you haven't. Whatever I've been working on, you've always contributed, whether it was my podcast that I used to do or YOTA, you've always done it. The next week, there's a half dozen Pro 7 noise canceling headsets sitting on my doorstep with the triggers and the foot switches, and so you can pick whichever one you want. Got t-shirts for everybody, and those t-shirts will be here again today from Heil Sound. And so Bob always made it a point to celebrate YOTA and to support YOTA. Another way that he contributed a lot to YOTA, you see Jocelyn and I here on an episode of Ham Nation. He owned that show, and he was like, anytime you want to come on and promote the show, come on and promote it. And so a lot of the early promotion that we needed to do to get the word out on this and get things rolling was done with his help on Ham Nation. And they're still very gracious with offering us time anytime we've got something big going on. And so Bob has made a lot of contributions, and we miss him. We miss him dearly. And so we felt like we needed to do something to remember him. And so we got with the working group, and the working group decided to name the shack in honor of Bob. So we have a new sign that we will be displaying in the shack from now forward, indicating the name of the shack is the Bob Heil K9EID Memorial YOTA Camp Amateur Radio Shack. So we talked with the folks at Heil Sound, and they were all in favor of this, and appreciate their support, and Sarah Heil, and Jerry, and all the guys over at Heil. So this will be proudly displayed in the shack this week and in camps to come. So we want to dedicate the shack to